They call it success, but the soil beneath the cities is choking to death. This is the first sin. Hands full of gold while the world grows thin. Kings count coins in a burning hall while the starving press their faces to the wall. This is the first sin. A throne built high on a hollow creed. Every empire eventually feeds on the bones of those beneath their greed. You were born on the wrong side of marble, where the ceilings are painted with lies, where the rich say the ladder is open as they kick out the lower rungs twice. You can work every hour they give you, you can bleed just to stay where you stand, but the gates to the gardens of plenty were never unlocked by your hands. While the boardrooms toast their expansion and the markets applaud every rise, some counts coins for a coffin in a town where the last factory dies. They say the system is working, they say it's the cost of the game, but the ones who are right in the room never carry the blame. This is the first sin. Hands full of gold while the world grows thin. Kings count coins in a burning hall while the starving press their faces to the wall. This is the first sin. A throne built high on a hollow creed. Every empire eventually feeds on the bones of those beneath their greed. Tell me something, if you earned $1 million every single day, how long would it take to reach $1 billion anyway? 3 quiet years of counting without pause. While some men sit on mountains too high to measure loss, tell me what a lifetime means beside that scale. An entire generation still somehow fail. 1 billion seconds is 30 years of breath. $1 billion is power over death. And still they ask you why the anger grows when 10 men own the daylight and the rest just dig the holes. Look at the forest falling, look at the poison seas, look at the children working so someone else can breathe. The earth is not collapsing, it is being sold. This is the first sin. Gold in the mouth of a dying age. Crowns built high from a gilded cage while the poor inherit the rain. This is the first sin. And when the oceans finally bleed, history will crooked line. Footsteps in an empty room, breathing on the telephone wire. You wake up with your fists clenched shut, nails red from the things you held. Someone sitting on your chest, humming songs you never learned. Ghosts in the velvet room, pulling at the corners of our sleep, calling from the cracks in the ceiling. Hands through the curtain gloom, tracing every promise we could not keep, haunting every dream we said was ours. And we can't wake up. Teeth of the wardrobe grinning wide, coats sway like a quiet tide. Laughter down the hallway bends, thins out where the carpet ends. You reach for the lamp, it moves, light switch red with yesterday. Every fear you bury deep walks the floor in borrowed skin. Ghosts in the velvet room, pulling at the corners of our sleep, calling from the cracks in the ceiling. Hands through the curtain gloom, tracing every promise we could not keep, haunting every dream we said was ours. And we can't wake up. Hold us, never let us go. Hold us, never let us go. Ghosts in the velvet room, pulling at the corners of our sleep, calling from the cracks in the ceiling. Hands through the curtain gloom, tracing every promise we could not keep, haunting every dream we said was ours till